All right, so today I'm going to show you a super simple technique you can use to eliminate negative self-talk. You can do this in less than 2 minutes a day. So when you first do it, you'll feel good and you'll feel confident. And if you every time you do it, you'll probably feel that way. And then if you stick with it for like a month or two, you find that your self-talk just kind of disappears. You can go from beating yourself up all the time, constantly, to almost not at all. And when it does come up, it'll be kind of soft and just not that intense. And so it won't bother you. It'll just kind of be like, someone like throwing a pebble on you. Just like, what is that? Go away. So basically, I used to be super bad at beating myself up. I worked with a coach once who told me I had a black belt in beating myself up because anytime, like if I delivered something, finished a project for work and delivered it, and if like there was a mistake or anything, I would just be like, I am the worst. I hate myself. They're going to fire me. No one's going to want to work with me again. I suck. I'm the worst person on the planet. Even simple things like I forget to call a friend on their birthday. And I'm just like, well, I'm clearly the worst human in the world. Like no one's gonna want to hang out with me anymore. Jig is up. I suck as a human. So a lot of that kind of stuff. Even if something would go well in my life, I'd still find like things that I did wrong or things that could have gone better of like, well, it went good, but his thing went even better, and I'm not as good as that. So now I feel bad. It was just like constantly finding reasons to tell myself why I sucked. Yeah, it wasn't a great place to be. And I tried a bunch of stuff like NLP and like all these workshops and meditation and affirmations and all that stuff is good, but it really didn't help. What helped the most with the negative self-talk, it was a technique I learned from Rhonda Britton. I learned this when I was becoming a certified Fearless Living Life coach with her whole process, which was amazing. And basically, this just made the negative self-talk just kind of stopped. Like the beating myself up just kind of stopped. I've done it with clients and they say the same thing. They go from their entire lives just being super hard on themselves and beating themselves up. They do this for a while and the negative self-talk just kind of stops, or it's again, like if it is there, it's really quiet and not that aggressive and you're able to deal with it. So I'm going to show you, share my screen so you can see what this tool is. It's called acknowledgements. So basically what you do every day, you write down, you acknowledge 5 things that you did that day. So this is about, you want to write it down because that gets a different part of your brain going. And basically you're going to write down anything you did that was outside of your comfort zone or that was new or different. It's like steps that you took in your life that might have been a little risky or scary or even just new or different. That's like you making positive progress. And this can be super small stuff. It doesn't need to be like, I gave a presentation at work. It can be like, I practiced my presentation for work for the first time. Or I even thought about giving a presentation. Maybe you normally are pretty quiet and reserved. So even having that thought of like, oh, maybe I should, get up and give a talk next week or whatever it is, like that itself, if that's a new thought that you haven't really had before, that's awesome. Like acknowledge yourself for that, because those thoughts is what leads to the action later down the road. So when you celebrate the thoughts or you celebrate your action along the way, it does a lot to build up your confidence, and you feel more inspired to take more actions, make your life better. And this also makes you a lot more resilient when we're really good at finding all the ways that we suck, all the mistakes that we make. But when you take the time to acknowledge the progress that you're making, you just feel good about yourself. You see what you're actually been doing. So you don't end the day being like, oh, I did all this stuff and I feel like I didn't even get anywhere. You're like, oh, I did all this stuff and like, oh, and my life is moving forward. Cool. So you want to start with the sentence, today I acknowledge myself for, and then you're going to write down 5 things that, again, step outside your comfort zone, just a step in the right direction, anything that's new or different, and it can be as small as a thought that you had. So some examples are like putting on like my workout clothes, or like sitting for 2 minutes to write the intro to my book. So when you write these, again, it's not about the end result that you get. So it's not about like, hey, my client said yes, like to this proposal that I sent. It's about like you sent that proposal. That's what you're acknowledging. You don't have any control if they accept it or not. What you have control over is that you did it. So that's the thing that you're acknowledging. So it's about what you did, steps you took. You want it to be so specific that if you look back on it in 3 months, you would imagine you can remember exactly what it was. So it's not like, hey, I acknowledge myself for working out today, because like whatever, like that's vague, you're not gonna remember it. But if you're like, hey, today I acknowledge myself for, bench pressing 200 pounds for the third time, that's something that you can look back on and remember. You want these framed in the positive. So it's not about a thing you didn't do, it's something you did. So it's not about like, okay, today I didn't yell at my brother when he went on his political rant. It's today I was patient and had compassion for my brother when he was ranting about the election being stolen or whatever it is. And then again, just do this 5 times a day. So one, ideally, if you have some sort of like practice already of journaling or like reflecting on your day, it can be great to tie this to something that you're already doing. Keep the journal right on your nightstand and do it right before you go to bed, or do it right before you leave work, or right before you put your computer down, or right after you get back from the gym. Kind of like find a specific time to do this, because again, this is the thing, people do it and they go, oh, this is great, and then I circle back with them in 2 weeks, I'm like, you're still doing it? And they're like, nah. But that's when the real magic happens, is after you stick with this for a while. I'm telling you, you do it for 4 to 6 weeks or so, like you're gonna notice a huge difference in that negative voice. It's just going to not be coming up as much. I'd say like 2 months for sure is when like really really big progress you can notice. So yeah, stick with it, it's fantastic. And if you need help actually building the habits, that's a whole nother thing that I help clients with, and I can help you with that as well. But yeah, do this. It'll eliminate the number of self-talk while also increasing your confidence, your resilience, just feeling better about yourself and where you're going in your life. Okay, if you like that, for more, head over to mccarthymindsetcoaching.com/join. This is the kind of stuff I work on with my clients all the time. I got more helpful tips to have a happier life, doing what you love and feeling good about yourself, and you just feeling like you're kicking ass in general. So yeah, head over, use this, let me know how it goes, and jump on my email list, mccarthymindsetcoaching.com/join for more. And that's all. And now, how do I stop sharing and stop this video? There we go. Have a great day. Oh, now it's over.